Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. I am covering the Moscow, Idaho Bryan Kohberger case. Let's talk about the newly filed document by Bryan Kohberger's defense, because in this document that I'm about to share with you, they talk about Ridge Road, which is right behind the Moscow, Idaho home where 4 college students got brutally stabbed during the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022. Ridge Road. I want to share this document with you and then we will further discuss. Check it out.
So this came from the recently filed motion by Bryan Kohberger's defense. One area of the investigation had to do with a white sedan seen on camera located at 1112 King Road, first glimpsed by officers on November 18, 2022. What is 1112 King Road? Not 1122. Very strange. By November 25th, 2022, police believed the car to be a white Elantra and asked law enforcement to be on the lookout for one. Precisely how the police came to believe the car was an Elantra is still unknown. A report from an analysis for the FBI dated March 21st, 2023 shows the analyst heavily relying on a video of a car heading in the wrong direction at the wrong time on Ridge Road. What does that even mean? What car on Ridge Road? Ridge Road is right behind the 1122 King Road, the Moscow, Idaho home. Ridge Road is up on the top of the hill behind there. What is he talking about here?
Now, according to Bryan Kohberger's attorney, the FBI was focusing on a vehicle that was going the wrong direction at the wrong time on Ridge Road. And it's interesting because Ridge Road is right behind the Moscow, Idaho home. I already made a video out in the last 24 hours driving that location. If you haven't checked out that video, check it out. But I want to share something very interesting I just found on Google Maps in reference to Ridge Road and the road right behind that Moscow, Idaho home. Let's check this out right here.
So I want to bring your attention to this part of Ridge Road, 625 Ridge Road. And you can see it is directly behind where the murders happened in Moscow on King Road. It's the road directly behind the house. And this is Ridge Road here. And look, out of all the homes here, they got this home here, 625 Ridge Road, blurred out. Look how it's blurred out. Next door neighbor here is not. Here it's blurred out. Let's scroll along. Why did they got this home blurred out? This one is not. So is this the home they're talking about with the surveillance of a white car that is mentioned in the motion that Bryan Kohberger's defense attorney has filed? What's going on with this home? And why did they blur it out? Was there surveillance here? And you look on the map here, I'll show it to you. The King Road address, 1122 King Road, is right here. This is the Moscow, Idaho home. They don't even have it available to see on their map either. They took it out. But the home in question, as you see, it's right behind it. 625 Ridge Road and the Moscow home. What's going on here? What is going on here? Look. Do the owners of this house have some sort of evidence? And now they want to hide this evidence from the public like they're doing with Google Maps on King Road? Why do people blur their homes out on Google Maps? It's Ridge Road, right behind the Moscow home, 625. Let me know what you think.
So Google Maps has 625 Ridge Road, the home there, blurred out. And that home is directly behind the Moscow, Idaho home. So I'm wondering if the FBI is working with that homeowner and that homeowner provided some sort of surveillance evidence of a vehicle, whether it's Bryan Kohberger's white Hyundai Elantra or another white sedan or a white vehicle or a vehicle. And whoever lives in that home that's blurred out will be a crucial piece to this case and come to the Bryan Kohberger case to testify. I put out a series of tweets about this matter.
So I tweeted this out on my Twitter account, JLR Investigates. The home around 625 Ridge in Moscow, Idaho is now blurred out on Google Maps. This home is on the street directly behind the home where 4 college students got murdered. Ridge Street was just mentioned in the Bryan Kohberger defense motion about FBI analysis of a car seen there on video. No worries, I have home here when I was driving around the area looking for possible escape routes. And it drove past the home there. That home that is blurred out. On a public street. I'm on a public street. What's going on here? And I followed up. It's right behind the home. Bryan Kohberger case. And look at the distance right there. It is right behind the Moscow home. On top of the hill. 625 Ridge. On top of the hill. Look down. You will see the Moscow, Idaho home. What's going on here?
Very, very interesting. None of the other homes on Ridge there are blocked out except that home there, which is directly behind the Moscow home. Basically is if you go in back of that home there and go down the hill, you get the Moscow, Idaho home where the murders happened. Maybe Bryan Kohberger at some point at a different time maybe was lurking through there and going down that hill. Who knows? But why would his attorney mention that? And why is the FBI, according to Bryan Kohberger's attorney, focused on that particular road when you had the FBI evaluating vehicles? Something's interesting and something is brewing here. I am covering the Moscow, Idaho case. Subscribe to my channel, like, hit the notification button, and check out my Moscow, Idaho playlist. Trying to figure this all out, people. There's something going on here. We'll talk soon. Stay tuned.